Jared Bull is a transformational executive coach and entrepreneur. His work has been showcased on 5 different continents on his YouTube channel of 24,000 and has consulted within 14 Fortune 500 companies such as Principal Financial Group and National Bank of Canada. He is dedicated to showing executives, employees, and companies how to be successful, both internally and externally, despite the volatile environments around them. His work has been featured across 5 different industries, both public and private, and within over 15 companies across 13 different countries. He works with other coaches, executives, and entrepreneurs from around the world, both online and offline, to give them the inner tools and the external resources to help them bring inner visions to life. He builds company cultures, coaches teams and leaders, and champions a diverse and inclusive world. His true life started after experiencing heavy combat twice in Afghanistan as a Marine, where his company was hit with a 50% casualty rate, losing many friends. His healing of trauma and inner wounds led him into the transformational executive space. Hello, and welcome to our interview with Jared Bull. Hi, Jared.
Hey, Manifa, thanks for having me here. I'm excited to do this. I think it was almost a year and a half ago since we did this last, right?
It was about a year. It was about a
Okay.
year.
Okay.
Yeah. So maybe a year and a month. But
Okay.
we had a great conversation last year. So hopefully people will sign up so they'll be able to see that one too, because I feel like that's a really good place to start. This year, we're going to get into some high level things because challenges look a little different this year. We were just having that conversation.
100%. Yeah, I know my work's definitely deepened. So yeah, I'm excited to get into it.
Absolutely. I first want people to kind of understand how you think about working with people and helping them find essentially
Mhm.
who they are and what's working for them, right?
Mhm.
People and organizations, right? Like it's a whole process
Mhm.
just to get to the core of who somebody really is. What does that look like for you?
Yeah, that's a good question. So I think the first thing is like how I didn't really understand this until about a year and a half or 2 years ago. I perceive the world, I think, differently. As opposed, there's a couple of my mentors and a couple of close friends who I know who perceive very similarly, but I experience the world kind of just like as just an energy going out. I look at the chakra system, you have heart energy, you have power. So the way that I relate to the world, I kind of look at it through the chakra system lens. And it's not like a theory, it's actually how I experience life from the inside out. So I feel things physically and all that, but I actually feel the flow of energy from different centers of a human being. So I think that gives me kind of a unique perspective with individuals. So I can feel if a person's a little low on heart energy, or if their power, their stomach or manipura is pushed in a little bit, or so that's how I really interact with people. So when I look at an individual, I really look at, what's the flow of energy from a heart perspective, their heart, their third eye, their mind, their crown, all of that. And I think in mainstream they would consider it esoteric or metaphysical, but for me, it's not at all. I feel it and sense it just as much as I do, something touching my hand. And that really helps to inform me about what's going on with a person's life, what their inner experience is like, and how that inner experience is created by their external connections. And then I look at what skill sets do they have or not have to influence and impact the world, and their relationship between themselves and the world. That's how I kind of work, like kind of see things from the beginning with an individual. When it comes to the organization, it's the same thing. The first thing when I walk into an organization, I look at the power structure right off the bat. Where are the power players? What individual patterns do they have? Are there developmental traumas that are linked to some of the patterns that are playing out in that organization through some of the individuals? And then how can I work with the culture and those key power players that have the most influence to enact the greatest change? Just to give you a perfect example, like I was working with a Fortune 200 company, Principal Financial Group, recently. And when I went in there, there's a couple individuals who were pretty much it's a huge company. You got about 27,000 people, but a majority of the executives and C-suite level individuals are kind of running the show. So I look at who are the major power players at that C-suite level. What are the challenges that they're dealing with? What's the political nature that they're dealing with? And then how can I go into that organization and impact those key individuals to have the most impact in the organization? So yeah, right away I look for the power structure when it comes to an organization, and that allows me to have the biggest impact as soon as possible.
Very cool. I love that so much, and I know in the past, power is a word that I shied away from just because
Mm.
of the mirrors of power